The White House has warned Israel that the U.S. will not participate in any retaliatory strikes on Iran, senior administration officials have said. Over 300 drones and missiles were fired at Israel overnight, which Iran said was in response to the 1st of April strike on its consulate in Syria. Almost all weapons were shot down by Israeli, U.S., and allied forces before they reached their targets. Officials said Joe Biden urged Israel to consider its response carefully. Speaking to reporters on Sunday, a senior administration official said that Mr. Biden told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to think very carefully and strategically about how his forces replied to the unprecedented action, the first direct attack by Iran on the country. The official added that the Biden administration believes Israel got the best of it in the exchange, which began when senior Iranian military commanders were killed at an Iranian consular building in Syria. About 99% of the missiles, drones, and cruise missiles launched during Iran's retaliatory operation were shot down or intercepted, which U.S. officials point to as a sign of Israeli military superiority over Iran. U.S. aircraft and naval vessels shot down dozens of Iranian projectiles as the attack took place. More than 80 drones and at least 6 ballistic missiles were downed by U.S. aircraft and vessels or by air defense forces over Iraq. This includes 7 drones and a ballistic missile as they prepared to launch from Yemen, U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, added in an update on Sunday. A conversation took place between Mr. Biden and Mr. Netanyahu at a time of heightened emotion just after the attack, which included about 100 ballistic missiles simultaneously flying towards Israel. During the call, the two leaders had a discussion about how to slow things down and think through things, with Mr. Biden emphasizing that Israel has gotten the best of it. The official declined to say, however, whether the White House warned against a significant response, saying only that it is a calculation the Israelis have to make. In a string of television appearances on U.S. networks earlier in the day, National Security spokesman John Kirby repeatedly said that the U.S. had made it clear to Israel that it seeks to avoid a wider conflict. The senior administration said that the same message has been sent to Iran through diplomatic channels. Both Mr. Kirby and the official said that the U.S. would continue to defend Israel, but has ruled out participating in any Israeli response. The stance is one that has sparked criticism from some U.S. lawmakers and former officials from both sides of the political spectrum. Ohio Republican Representative Mike Turner, who serves as chair of the House Intelligence Committee, said that Mr. Kirby's comments about de-escalating the conflict were wrong. "It is already escalating and the administration needs to respond," he said on NBC. And John Bolton, who served as National Security Advisor under President Donald Trump, said the U.S. should join Israel if it chose to launch a retaliatory attack on Iran's nuclear program. "I think Israel can destroy or disable a very substantial part of the program, if not totally," he told News Nation. "Frankly, if Israel is prepared to go after Iran's nuclear program, the United States should proudly join them." In the wake of Iran's attack on Israel, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, said that the body would try again to pass military aid for Israel. Previous attempts to send more aid to Israel have stalled amid Democratic calls that the aid package should also include assistance for Taiwan and Ukraine. Mick Mulroy, a former Deputy Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, told the BBC that aid for Israel should be passed without delay. "If it wasn't for U.S. security assistance, we could be facing a major regional war," he said. "That supplement and the ones for Ukraine and Taiwan are in our national security interest. It is not charity. It's part of the U.S. national defense." Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section.